Celtic nil, Atalanta nil. So why am I smiling? Because it's a draw, and those are boring. But that's a huge point for Celtic. Big, big draw. Huge result on the road in the Champions League. Let's get into it. My name's Trey with Green Eagle Football. Just got off the live stream doing a super quick match reaction here. My big point for this video is to plead with Brendan Rodgers, even though he will never in a million years watch this video. But that's how you need to play in the Champions League against the big teams, especially on the road, because that's a gigantic point. And that's a game that we never expected to get a point out of, and we got one. So we're sitting now, I believe, in 18th place. Of course, there's still more games to go today, but we're sitting on 4 points out of a possible 9. But 2 of those 3 games we've played so far have been pretty much our 2 hardest games out of the 8. Now, we still have to go to Villa at the very end, but the next few Champions League games are they're not all super winnable, but they should be very competitive. And we should expect to take some points off pretty much most of those games. So tonight was a huge hurdle for us, and I think just getting a point coming in. If you told me before the Champions League that the first 3 games you're going to play Dortmund and Atalanta and then obviously Bratislava, if you're going to come out of there with 4 points, I would have taken that all day long. Give me those 4 points. I think it's going to take between 10 and 12 to move on. So if we're already at 4 points with 5 games remaining, yeah, we're sitting in a good spot right now, even after losing 7-1 to Dortmund. So I think we're in a good spot. So let's just do a super quick review of the game. There's not really a lot to talk about for us because we were just pretty much defending for our lives for most of the game. I'm looking at the stats now. Our XG is 0.26, which actually seems high because I really don't remember more than 1 chance, really, maybe 2. Their XG was 2.33. So if you're an Atalanta fan, you gotta feel really bad about that result. That's a game that they should have won. They had 22 attempts on goal. We had 4. They had 6 shots on target. We had 2. They had 66% of the possession. 15 completed crosses. That was the one thing is, man, they were just bombing those crosses in. I was getting so nervous at the end of the game. But we did it. We pulled it out. But I think the big story from this game, because now we've played 2 very hard teams, and we've played them 2 completely different ways. Dortmund, I think we were just feeling a little bit too good about ourselves. And we went there trying to just go toe-to-toe with this team that is just, their value, the value on their squad is probably 7 or 8 times what ours is. And they humbled us. I mean, they showed us what a real Champions League contender looks like. And they absolutely smoked us. So I'm glad that we didn't make that mistake again, because Atalanta is, they're not as good as Dortmund, but they're still very, very good. They're a really talented team. They got some scary players. Again, not to the degree that Dortmund does, but they still have them. That's a team that if we go toe to toe with them and things don't go our way, we could easily lose 3-0, 4-0. But we played a different style. We sat back, a lot more realistic, kind of pragmatic football, and it paid off. We got a point. And I think this is what fans have been kind of asking for. It's nice to think that you can go out no matter what the money situation is, no matter how big the clubs are, and you can play toe-to-toe with these teams, but that's not realistic sometimes. And there's a reason why a lot of teams in Scotland do this to us, because it works. It actually works. And it worked tonight. So we got our point, huge point. I mean, I can't believe we tied this game. I really can't believe. The whole game, I was like, okay, well, a goal's coming, a goal's coming, a goal's coming. It's got to be coming. I mean, they have to score. But you know what? My man, Liam Scales, he's my man of the match. Comment down below who you think your man of the match was. But for me, Liam Scales, somebody go buy that man a steak and a pint. I mean, he deserves it. I don't think he put a foot wrong. Trusty was really good. One or two little mistakes here and there, but Trusty was really good. Valle was really good. Alistair Johnson was really good. He scared me because I think he got a yellow card in like the 7th minute or something. So I thought for sure, like, oh God, here we go again. We're going to lose a man in like the 30th minute because he's going to pick up a second yellow, and then they're going to pile it on. It'll be 4-0, you know. But he played really, really well the rest of the game, super carefully, and didn't put, I can't think of a mistake he made. So just really proud of the defensive performance. We don't get to see that very often from our team. It's just a completely different style than what we normally do. And it's kind of refreshing to know that we can play like that if we need to. And I think, like, when we go to Villa, we need to play like that again. That's how we need to play against Villa. Now, when Young Boys and Bruges and Zagreb, those are teams that we can play with. We can open up a little bit more and attack, and we'll see, we'll live with the results of that. But when you play the Villas and the Dortmunds and the Atalantas, you got to be more compact, because they just, and we saw it against Dortmund, they punish every mistake you make. And, some of our players tonight didn't have a lot to do because of the style, and we'll kind of get into that. I'm going to do the player ratings here in a minute. This is going to be a super quick match reaction. I'm over the moon, which I've never been excited about a draw before, but I'm really happy with the result today, and I think this is the blueprint for us going forward in the Champions League against the bigger teams. So let's do the player ratings. Let me click this. Okay. Okay, let me just fill these out real quick. Schmeichel. He had 2 or 3. He made a lot of saves tonight, but he had 2 or 3. Let me kind of just put that there. He had 2 or 3 really big ones. There was one that I don't know how much he knew about it, but it just got stuck between his legs. But because of his positioning, it worked. I'm giving him it's a clean sheet in the Champions League, away from home against a big team. And he had a lot of saves to make. I'm going 8. What did he do wrong? Did he do anything wrong? I'm going 8, I guess. I don't know why it couldn't be a 9, but I'm just going to go 8. 9 just seems like he made some worldly saves. He didn't make any really worldies, but he was super solid. Johnston, I'm going to take a point off because he got the early yellow, but he was still really good. I'm going to go 7. Trusty was super solid. He made a couple dumb mistakes. He had this foul at the end that was really stupid. But other than that, he played really well. He was really good in the air. Was really strong. I'm going 7. Really good. Solid performance. Scales, though, I think he was a 9. I'm going 9 on Scales. Comment down below if you think that he made some mistakes. I just watched the game. I don't remember him doing anything wrong. I can't think of one time where he misplaced a pass or he missed a tackle or did something stupid. He was just solid. Every time the ball came to him, he shut it down, and that was it. I think it's a 9. Anyway, okay, Valle, I'm going to go 8. Is this crazy right now? Am I going absolutely ludicrous? Why am I doing this? But he's an 8, I think. He was really good on defense. Going forward, he was one of our better players going forward. The one big opportunity we had was from Kyogo towards the end of the game, and it was a pass from Valle from almost our own, it was around midfield. Great pass into the box. Kyogo, all he could really do was try to chip the keeper first touch. And it obviously didn't come off. He didn't score from it, but it wasn't far off. And then one of the other big chances was a shot from Valle outside the box that took a wicked deflection. And honestly, I think if it didn't take that deflection, they had a camera angle from right behind it. And I swear that was going top corner. But that just might be my bias. This is where the scores are going to drop a little bit. Except for McGregor. I think McGregor's a 7. He had a good performance. Ingles and Hatate. I don't know if they just didn't play well, or if it was just they were kind of overrun in the midfield. They were just kind of pinned back, so they couldn't. Every time the ball came to them, they were like Atalanta just collapsed on them. I'm gonna go. I think Hatate played slightly better than Ingles did. I'm going to go 5 for Ingles. I'm going to go 6 for Hatate. Kuhn was, again, it's really harsh on the wingers because they were defending the whole game, basically. But Kuhn put in a shift. He put in kind of like a Maida type shift. And it's a 6 or a 7. I'm going to go 6 because it'd be too... 7 sounds like he was really doing well up front, and he didn't really have much to do up there. Maida was off it again. I'm going 5. Maida's just... When he gets the ball... It's like watching my kid's game. You have no idea what he's going to do. He's just all over the place. He's wild. It looks like he's got 4 legs, and he kind of plays like he's got 4 legs. Like the ball just kind of pings between his legs, and it's like he never has. It's like if you threw a soccer ball at a horse, and then watch the horse try to dribble it, it would be like, blah, 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 blah. Like it just wouldn't work well. And that's kind of what he was like again today. He never had control of the ball. Again, he was playing a lot of defense, and he just never really had a chance to break forward. But he didn't do anything wrong, really. He put in one really good cross, but that's about it. I'm going 5. Ida, same thing. It's not even his fault. He was just so isolated. He was on an island all by himself. I mean, he could have just been up there drinking a Mai Tai. No one would have even noticed. I'm going, again, like he didn't do anything wrong, so I'm just going to give him the average, just 5. It was just like a meh performance. Okay. The subs didn't change the game because we were still defending. There was like a little bit of a spark when they came on. It just seemed like a little more lively. Kyogo was kind of an improvement. But again, when he got the ball, there was a couple times where he got the ball and he tried to dribble somebody. And he just like fell over the ball and it was just a mess. Like he wasn't doing himself any favors. But I think Bernardo was one of the bright spots. I think he looked really solid, didn't make any mistakes. I think he was an improvement on Ingles and Hatate. But I'm gonna go 6, slightly above average. Didn't do anything wrong. Forrest, again, he was just defending the whole time. We'll just go 6. Kyogo 6. These are all gonna be 6. Palma did. I think he did nothing. I'm going 5 on Palma. I don't think he did a thing. McCowan 6. This is kind of harsh on Bernardo. I think he was a 7. I think he actually played better than the rest of them. I think those are my just off the top of my head reactions, ratings. I could probably tweak those if I watched the game again, but I'm not gonna. So I can't put myself through watching that again. That was a hard watch, but at the end of the day, it's a fantastic result. So I'll take that over a 7-1 drubbing any day. Yeah, that's all. So our next game, let's look ahead real quick. We've got, who do we have up next? We've got Motherwell on Sunday at Motherwell. Then we've got Dundee I think on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dundee on Wednesday. And then Aberdeen a couple days after that in the Cup. And then 3 days after that, we've got Leipzig at home. So it's a big couple weeks we've got coming up here. I'm going to be streaming as much as I can. I'm going to be doing the match reactions afterwards. I'm start putting out some more like some news videos and stuff. Just trying to get more involved here. So anyway, that's going to do it for today. Comment down below if you disagree with my ratings. If you want to say something that I didn't say. If you want to tell me that I'm wrong for liking a draw, feel free. But other than that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.